Going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Craig and I are back probably faster than you ever have seen us come back, but
Oh yeah,
we are here with another one. We appreciate all of you, a part of the Dead Man's Mike family, for joining in and checking out this episode tonight, man. We're really excited. We have a lot to unpack. I think the last time that we recorded, I mean, there was a lot going on. We had a lot of houses to get to, a lot of announcements and such to get to. So
yeah.
we got a couple of announcements yesterday, but before we tap into that, there is one thing that we need to talk about. This is some breaking news that we got today, and that is that Horror Nights Orlando have announced changes to Stay and Scream. No more specific lineup zones. Craig, do you have any kind of information you can give us about that? It seems like they're really going for that Hollywood vibe, like the after 2 p.m. pass. What are you thinking?
So about this change, normally you would have had to around was it 3 o'clock? You would have to well, not even around three, but you have your entry into the stay and screen will have their entry into the park, and then around like think around like five or uh around 5 or 6, the um the stay and screen areas will open. So it would be two designated houses for each scare zone. One located in New York, one located in one located by I believe. Well, actually, there was two in New York because there was two houses in the
Sound stages.
in the Universal Stage Promenade, and then there was two located over by Ray Street, New York, starring Jimmy Fallon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another in the Hollywood section of the park where Born Stuntacular is. And so you would line up, scan your ticket, and then stay in those zones till till the houses opened up early.
Right.
And that was such a daunting thing to do, knowing how hot it is and
Yeah.
how you would have to stay in the heat basically till you get ushered into the houses, and that was torture.
Yeah.
So what Orlando's doing now, they're taking the Hollywood aspect and you know essentially doing what they're doing. They have a if in case you guys don't know, Universal Studios Hollywood, they have a after 2 p.m. pass to where you can have full access into the park up until the houses open up. Free reign, go do whatever rides you want, do the studio tour, go
Yep.
to the upper and lower lot, do whatever until the houses open up. You get free, you can roam the park freely, and that's what Orlando's doing because it doesn't quite necessarily make sense to stand in the hot sun baking for houses to open up only like 3 hours later, 2 to 3
Right.
hours later, and you're waiting anyway. What? So while um, so why do that when you can actually roam the parks, do whatever rides you want? Um, the lines to the houses open up at 4 o'clock promptly, and um, you can go into the lines then. But until then, you can go ahead and roam the park, eat food, get merch, um, ride some rides up until then, get some good AC while you at it. And
Right.
so I think Orlando taking the Hollywood approach, you can get more bang for your buck as well, buying that stay and screen ticket as well as getting that after 2 p.m. pass in Hollywood. So this I am very excited for because
Yeah.
I am tired of baking in the hot sun for 2+ hours waiting on the house to open.
Dude, that
So
that Insidious stand scream last year was brutal.
I mean
It was brutal.
The Insidious, the Quiet Place, and Ghostbusters was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, it
But
was
but
insane. That was the one that everybody wanted to line up for early. And
yeah,
when you think about what IPs were there in that area, within that Stay and Scream. Ghostbusters, Insidious, and A Quiet Place. It made
Mm-hmm.
sense as to why it was so packed.
Yeah.
But I totally agree, man. For those of you who do not know, we went to HHN Hollywood last year and we
Mm-hmm.
purchased the after 2 p.m. pass, and it literally made our experience 10 times better.
And
Um,
it was
I,
with Express. It's the one with
and
Express.
right, and it was with Express, and I think one of the team members out there told us that, hey, you guys can, in case somebody hasn't told you, since you guys have this ticket, make sure you go ride, do shows, get something to eat, do whatever. But around 5 o'clock, look at all the houses, look at the lineup, and decide which ones you want to line up for. If I'm not wrong, I think in Orlando with Stay and Scream, there are only a select few houses that open during that time, but not the entire lineup.
Exactly.
Am I correct on that, Craig? Am I
You are correct because
okay?
I think the first two houses that open at 5:15 are Terrifier and Fallout.
Okay, so two big ones, especially
Mm-hmm.
the first one that you named, arguably the biggest.
And that I think
Like
that
you,
I think that house opens at 5. Yeah, that house opens at 5:15 and Fallout's like at 5:30. So it's
okay,
almost like if you get done with Terrifier, you can segue into Fallout just like how because I think they're in the same spot as like when there was like in 2022 when there was the Weekend After Hours Nightmare, and once you got off that line kind of was kind of like cross sectioning with Universal Monsters. So right after you got
yeah,
out that house, you can just go right into Universal Monsters, and you know, so
right.
that's
It
pretty dope.
makes it makes total sense that they took this approach. I'm
Yeah,
in complete agreement. I would say now this helps everybody out. Nobody has to rush to get into that line, and you don't have to, stand stationary in the hot
yeah,
sun like that. Being stationary in the hot sun like that, when Universal Orlando is one of the best parks for finding places with AC, places to regroup. It really, like, they just have a lot of spots that those spots may have not even been created for that specifically, but because they're there and they are allowing people to just kind of explore the park, you might be one of those people that just want to explore the park and buy all of your merch before the stores get packed.
yeah.
That, buying that ticket would
And
be a good way to do it.
this gives you a perfect opportunity to.
Right. So definitely take advantage of that if you're going to the park, guys. So
Hmm.
once again, changes have been made to Stay and Scream. No more specific lineup zones. They are going with more of a Hollywood approach to where you can get in after a certain time and you have full access to the park. Just pay attention to when it is time to start lining up for houses and make sure you don't get caught up, because if you get caught up, then it's not worth it. So make sure you pay attention to what time, you can start going and lining up for houses, which I'm sure it'll be out there. They'll be telling people.
Yeah.
So, we gotta move on to what we got yesterday. I'm very excited about this. And it's been speculated all year. But for those of you who may not know, Horror Nights Hollywood has announced one of their own IP houses. This is not a bi-coastal.
It's an
You do
exclusive.
have to go to LA to get this exclusive.
Yes, you do.
Poltergeist. Poltergeist is back for the first time since HHN28, which is 2018.
It's a while ago.
Man, I want to say that this IP was a bi-coastal for 28. I feel like it was.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
But this time around, it's a Hollywood exclusive.
You know, I have to really be honest, man. This is one of those houses to where when I think back on it, when I go look at videos of it, it's all about the detail and the theming that they put together. The Orlando facade of this house was badass, dude. Like I remember
Yeah,
seeing all the windows on there and all the everything flashing and stuff like that. I'm excited about this. To me, I don't know, Craig. To me, Poltergeist, this just screams HHN Hollywood. This just screams Hollywood to me. And I don't know if it's because the movie was filmed out there. I don't know, but I just know Hollywood is gonna knock this out of the park. I'm not even worried. They're going to knock it out of the park.
and that's kind of like what I love about Hollywood. Like Orlando and Hollywood has their own exclusives, but like Hollywood, they just been coming at us with this heat, and I love it because
Yeah,
like Poltergeist, are you kidding me? Like
yeah,
this is a house that I always this is one of the houses that I've never experienced that I've seen online, and I believe the hype, and I always want to go into, and now we get to finally get the chance to go up in there.
yeah,
I am
yeah.
excited, and I love the original and the remake both alike.
Hmm.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for Poltergeist. I'm excited to see what the hype is about in person for myself because Poltergeist is one of those classic films that it's just a timeless classic, and the fact that Poltergeist has been asked it's been asked by the fans to come back for years now, and
Yeah.
now we get it. So
Well,
I'm excited.
people really want that nostalgic. I'm not gonna say the nostalgic HHN feel, but people want those nostalgic horror properties that really got them into the genre, got them into the event. There are a slew of people that went through the original Poltergeist house back in 2018 that are probably still talking about it today
Hmm.
and are like, dude, wait till you guys see this. Like, if it's going to be anything like the one from HHN28, then this is going to, absolutely be. So I'm very excited. I think I saw some pictures earlier. It's looking like this will be in that side lot. It's kind of off of the upper lot, the world where you have to go through Hogsmeade to get to it.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
over
where
there.
what was the house that was in that spot?
Ghostbusters was there last year, but Ghostbusters and Insidious.
Was it?
Hmm. Yep,
Okay.
Ghostbusters and Insidious. They were both out there in that lot, and the year before that was Monsters Unmasked, and the Chucky house was out there in that lot as well.
Got it. Okay.
So
That's a good spot. Okay.
yeah, it's a good spot. I think so that will automatically tell us that Poltergeist will be in a tent,
Hmm.
but it doesn't matter because they can really build off of that facade. I think it works for a tent. It would be awesome for a soundstage, of course, but this
The
might
fa-
work.
the facade actually is actually gonna be the family house from the movie.
Right.
So
Exactly.
just saying.
Exactly.
it,
Hey,
it
expect
it
the
works.
bar is set high. The
It
bar is
works with
set
the
high.
it works with the aesthetic, definitely. So hey, look out. You ready?
Right. So Hollywood will have Poltergeist. First time since HHN28, which was in 2018. So make sure you go out and check it out. We know how Horror Nights is. This might be the last time, or at least the last time for a while before we see Poltergeist again. So make sure that you get out there and check it out. Can't wait to see what's going on with this house. Now, Horror Nights wasn't finished yesterday. In fact, Horror Nights Hollywood has been kind of the topic of conversation this week,
It
especially
has.
within the last 24 hours. And with Poltergeist, a lot of people are very happy and excited. But with this next thing, people are not so happy about this shit that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just
Hey.
don't bring it toward us. I'm just I'm just telling you. People are not happy
Just
about
saying.
this next thing, man. Let's talk about the much anticipated Terror Tram that got announced yesterday.
Oh
This
boy.
is the return of Blumhouse, the 15th year anniversary of Blumhouse, and it will feature once again, which is why people are pissed off. Let's just be honest about it. Megan, the Grabber, and the Purge. I think with the Grabber, people are cool with that piece, but it's Megan and the Purge, and more so than the Purge, it's Megan.
I mean, honestly, Black Phone 2 is gonna come out in like a couple months,
Yeah.
and Making 2 just came out not too long ago. So I mean, those make sense, but the Purge, that kind of doesn't make sense to me.
See,
But
yeah. The
but I
Purge,
mean, go ahead.
yeah, I don't know, man. I think the Purge, it's just it's so easy of a property to pull off, I feel. Especially for something like the Terror Turn.
Mhm.
Like it's easy. Megan was easy. If they hire enough people to play her character, then the theme can easily be pulled off. And I think that's kind of the trend with Blumhouse. I think it's easy for them to, kind of make that happen. I mean, think about it. Five Nights at Freddy's is another Blumhouse property. So Blumhouse is definitely thick within the event this year. I get why people are frustrated. I think people are just genuinely tired of seeing Megan. I think Universal has definitely. I think we've pushed Megan as far as we can go
Yeah,
to the point where it's like, if we're not gonna give Megan a house, then it might be time to move on.
yeah.
I think the Megan Horde 2 years ago was awesome.
You could have just stayed do. You could have just did the horde
Yeah,
in the upper and lower lot, just like they do in Orlando, and
hmm they
that's
could have just
simple.
right. They could have just done the Horde, but then last year on the Terror Tram was Blumhouse, and I want to say
Yeah,
last year, what was it? Megan, the Purge, and Happy Death Day. I think.
yeah. Actually, it's gonna be the same characters as it was last year in this year's Terror Trans. So Megan, the Grabber, the Purge, the Babyface Killer from
Happy
Happy
Death Day.
Death Day,
Yeah.
and then that one guy from Freaky.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I just don't
Yeah.
like I don't like the return of Blumhouse, but I get it. These companies will literally do anything for a cash grab. That's just the way the business works now. Like,
Right. And also, you got to think about it this way. How many years has the Terror Tram always taken us into Jupiter's Claim from Nope? Like, and then you have us and Nope. Like that just became like the household staple of the Terror Tram. Like the first year I went out to Hollywood, it was the Exterminators was the main theme. And then when we got through with that, where were we? Out there in Jupiter's Claim from Nope. And there was nothing wrong with that, but it's just more of a matter of how many times are we going to kind of push that vibe, you know what I'm saying? Or push that theme rather.
and
So
everybody pushing for it to be torn down.
yes, they want that shit out. They want that shit gone for
They
real.
want it gone out of there.
But the thing about it is that Universal Hollywood, they're like, look, you guys know we give you variety with our houses, but the Terror Tram, it's just not, that's just kind of how it is. They're gonna keep the theme for a while, and Blumhouse allows them to really, act and create on top of their properties. So this is what we got. I mean, I'm cool with it. We'll go and maybe it'll feel different than last year.
I mean, me personally, I don't think it's gonna feel any different unless they add some unexpected
Yeah, I don't
surprises.
either. I was being optimistic, but it's
Can't be
I don't
optimistic with
know,
the same shit. I'm telling you.
dude. The comments when they put the shit out, everybody was like, "Y'all were doing so good."
They was frying them up. And they said, "Boy, let me tell you something." Because, bro, they was frying their ass
Somebody
up.
said, "Y'all just had to piss me off. I literally had a good day at work."
And that's how easy it can turn, man.
I mean,
That's how easy it can turn.
I'll still go do it. I want to do it because I want to
No,
see,
because
are they gonna
it's
change
a.
something?
I mean, I'm gonna
But
do it anyway because it's the Terror Trap. I'm
right,
gonna do the. We gonna do the studio tour
well,
and we
right,
doing the Terror
and
Trap.
that's a part of the tradition. You at
Yep,
HHN Hollywood, you have to do the Terror Tramp. It is
you
what it
gotta
is.
do it. Like, come on now, like it ain't anywhere
So
else but there. So
you that's what it is, y'all. The Blumhouse is coming back to the Terror Tram for HHN34 in 2025. And that's what's going on with Horror Nights, man, with Horror Nights Hollywood. And so now we can kind of segue into something else that was going on with Horror Nights Hollywood. This was more of a leaked kind of situation. It's not yet. I don't know, Craig. You can kind of give us some more information on that. It seems like it was announced, but it wasn't announced. Like, I don't know. But
it
either
was
way it
leaked. It
goes,
was leaked, but it was announced by Deadline. It wasn't announced by the official HHN page. So technically, it's
right,
leaked. For now,
right.
it's leaked.
So for now, what we have are some potential leaked scare zones, and we have Murder of Crows, Carnival of Carnage, Chainsaw Clowns, and Moshe de Burris, which, if I mispronounce that, I do apologize. But
Brujas.
I do want to talk about these for a second.
Mhm.
Specifically, the last one mentioned and the Murder of Crows.
Mhm.
So Crows was a scare zone 2 years
Last,
ago.
it was
Or
a
was
scare
that
zone
last year?
last year. It was last year. It was in the upper light.
Okay. So this is a sequel.
Hmm.
Should we get this?
It was a
This is a
vibe
sequel.
too.
And I'm gonna show you guys the artwork, the potential artwork for this, just so you can see those characters right there were in the original Crows scare zone. And it also tied into the lore of Monsters of Latin America, which was Monsters 2
Hmm.
last year. So I love how there's a story going here, and that they're really trying to push like a full storyline. I think that's dope. Um I would be excited about this if it is true. We're hoping to get this announced in the next few days, but also Hollywood loves to hold out, so it could be a couple weeks before we get an official word. You
it
never
could be it could be the day before, and they just be like, boom, scare
Yeah.
zones.
The
For
day,
real.
bro, you'll be in the parking lot getting ready to go to the event and still won't know. And they'll be
No,
like,
for
yeah,
real.
this is what we got going on.
Right before you scan your ticket. Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. Here is the artwork for Chainsaw Clowns, which I think that is pretty self-explanatory what that zone would be.
Yep.
But definitely cool. I feel like we're at a point now within just like haunted house stuff. We don't really see chainsaw like clowns with chainsaws anymore. It's very butcher, very like,
We don't see both anymore.
yeah, no, we
No,
definitely don't.
no clowns nor chainsaws. So
Yeah, it's kind of going away. So I'm glad that Hollywood has always been very big on the saws in the upper lot. And so I'm glad that they are continuing that, you know.
yeah.
And then we've got Carnival of Carnage. And so my question with this is, should this be legit? Is this going to tie into Chainsaw Clowns, or are they going to really try to make this two separate things?
Now, what I'm really hoping that they do is that they tie this into Jack the Clown. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hey,
he hasn't really been like he hasn't really been like a Hollywood icon. He hasn't really been out there. So I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna when this got leaked. I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna segue Jack the Clown to this a little bit. Who knows?
I could
I'm
see it.
excited for this though.
Yeah. And then here's the final concept art for. Go ahead, Craig. Take a stab at it.
Moche de Brujas.
I like the way you said that. That Brujas.
Brujas. It's and for people that don't know what Brujas are, they're basically like they're basically like demonized witches, and they it's
Hmm.
almost like they're almost like uh La Llorona esque. So
Hey,
putting
because
that out there for my La Llorona fans. So
hey, there's all La Llorona. See, now here's my thing with that,
and
and
I'm
this
telling
has
you, this monster, like literally, and this segues into the Monstros houses because the Mexicans out there, they don't play that. Like
exactly.
that is some real Mexican lore.
And
So
that's something that I absolutely love about John Murdy and his team, bro, is that they do their research. They sit down and really make sure that, like, all right, we know we are not of Hispanic descent, but we are going to do everything we can to create a story, to create a house or something that not only do we pay homage to Latin lore, but we also get it right. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And if you go research everything that they do, you could tell they've done their research. It is correct. And that's how it's got to be, because you don't want to offend those people. At the end of the day, that is their heritage.
right.
I think that's dope. Murdy and his team, I don't know, man. Hollywood, they really are coming with one hell of a lineup this year. They
Hollywood,
really are.
they've done it again. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. So once again, these zones are not yet announced through Horror Nights. They've been
Exactly.
announced in certain places. Concept art has been announced in certain places. So we're all gonna have to stay up on this until we get that official drop. But more than likely, these will be the Hollywood scare zones for HHN34.
Yep.
And so now we get to move into something we kind of hit on the last episode.
Yep.
We are going to leave Universal and go about 5 minutes down the highway to SeaWorld Orlando and talk about another event that's happening at the same time. Another event with a lot of potential, another event that we are excited to experience this year. Howl-O-Scream. Craig, before we even like go into it in full, I kind of want to get each other's thoughts on Howl-O-Scream. Like, what do you think when you hear Howl-O-Scream? How does it differ from HHN? Like, what do you think?
So from what I know, from what my knowledge is about Howl-O-Scream, it is, of course, the Halloween event that takes place at Busch Gardens, Tampa, and SeaWorld Orlando. And it's
And I
it's
think it's
like
at all the SeaWorld parks and Busch Gardens.
exactly all
Yeah,
the SeaWorld and Busch Garden parks. And it's it's on the level of HHN, but they don't have a biggest budget as Universal does, so it's kind of like it's almost like Knott's for real.
it's on the
Um,
level of knots.
it's
Yeah,
on the level of Knott's, which
yep.
Knott's is great. Knott's is great, trust me.
One of my
But
favorite theme park hunt events is Not Scary
yeah,
Farm. We're gonna talk
so
about that shit in the next episode.
so believe me, I'm excited for Howl-O-Scream. From what I've seen from the likes of Super Enthused and Prince Charming Dev, um, they and Tim Tracker. uh, those guys have, gone to Howl-O-Scream faithfully, and they have, checked it out. Um, the food, the drinks, the houses, the experience, and from what I've seen, it's pretty legit. It's it keeps the people coming back. So, and the houses I've heard are very good, and from what I've seen, they look pretty solid. So, I'm pretty excited about Howl-O-Scream and what they have to offer because I love going to a new haunt. I love
Yeah.
trying new things. So, what you feel about this?
Man, I think that Howl-O-Scream has so much potential, and I think that it is already reaching the potential that it has. I definitely think that it is different from HHN. I think that people should not go expecting HHN. I've never been to Howl-O-Scream, and I already know that it's not going to be HHN. But that is not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people will look at an event like Howl-O-Scream and think, yeah, but it's not HHN. But it's not supposed to be.
Exactly.
Like when I think about SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and everything, the one thing that Universal has up on all of these parks is ownership and rights to so many properties.
Uh-huh.
But what that does though is that forces parks like SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and Knott's Berry Farm and all these parks to be creative because they don't have the rights. So their team is coming together to create stuff that's like
Original.
it's very original. There are no IPs. You're going to see what their team created. And I think that's pretty cool, man. And when you look at the website and you look at all of the houses that are already announced, you see certain things that SeaWorld or Busch Gardens have put on there where it's like fan favorite or a returning property or anything like that. So the Howl-O-Scream fans are out there. Like they do exist. It's not that like Howl-O-Scream Tampa or Orlando just don't do well because HHN is going on. I think there's a different crowd of people that want more of a slowed down kind of event. And my prediction is that Howl-O-Scream is just a little bit more uh, like relaxed compared to HHN. And I'm just talking about the level of crowd. Just, like the amount of people that are pushing through Universal every night for horror nights versus the amount of people pushing through SeaWorld's gates for Howl-O-Scream. So I think it's a vibe. I think it's a vibe already just from watching it on YouTube, and I definitely can't wait to experience it. And so
Yeah.
I really think it's cool that they have an icon because, like the bottom of the screen says, Howl-O-Scream Orlando introduces an icon character for 2025, and that character's name is Havoc, the Face of Fear. Now, Craig, give me 1 second because I do have the description of this icon up here on my screen or on my phone, and I want to get your thoughts. Just tell me what you think. So, introducing Havoc, the face of fear. He emerged from the ashes not as a man, but as hell's ambassador to the living, a punisher, a seducer, a breaker of souls. The sirens once held him in a check, binding him to the shadows, but now they are gone, and he is free to unleash his fury on both the dead and the damned. Havoc rides between worlds, dragging Earth's sins into his arena, a battleground of flesh, fire, seduction, and slaughter. His goal? To turn pain into pleasure, chaos into worship, and fear into fuel. And he always rides alone until he doesn't. It's one hell of a description for this icon, man. They're
Yeah.
really trying to market this shit, and I'm excited. I think that's dope.
Hey, listen, that's one hell of a description. I'll tell you that
It really
because
is, man.
they're really giving it to us, and for to have this icon for Howl-O-Scream, um, to have uh their own icon and make it their own is letting people know that, hey, we have our thing, we have we have the front runner for it, and we mean business. So
Hmm.
I really want to see what this icon is about and how his story plays a factor into the whole event, because
Yeah.
the whole event centers around Havoc. So
Right. That's I agree. If they're really trying to push the icon, then Havoc will have some sort of resemblance or like clues or anything within the other zones, houses, anything that could kind of tie back into his story. So I'm excited about Havoc. So there you guys have it. Havoc, the Face of Fear, is this year's icon for Howl-O-Scream Orlando. And for any of you who may be listening to this episode, let us know if this is not Howl-O-Scream's first icon. We are still very much so getting introduced to this event and doing our research and learning a lot about it. So please, if you have any information y'all can give us, especially if you've been to the event before, tap in with us just so we can learn a little bit more.
yeah,
And so now, man, we got, the houses, bro. In fact, actually, no, we don't have the houses yet. We're going to start with the shows. So we've got two shows going down to Howl-O-Scream Orlando this year. And it is called Hell's a Poppin' presents the Grave Danger Thrill Show and Monster Stomp. What I see here on this screen is that the Grave Danger Thrill Show looks more of like an intense kind of magic show kind of thing, but Monster Stomp is looking like a fan favorite. Craig, do you know anything about this shows or?
I know Howl-O-Scream has some really good shows. Like they have the Hells of Poppin', Grave Danger Thrill Show. They have like that little magic show, and then Monster Stomp. That's like their nightmare fuel.
Okay, because that's
So
that's what I'm seeing here. It's a fan favorite, so it's a big
yep,
one.
that's like their nightmare fuel, and those kind of shows do have very great reception to them. So yeah,
Okay,
that's what I know about those.
nice. We're definitely excited to see them. And so that is their show lineup. And after we go to the event next month, we will definitely come back on and give our review and tips and tricks on how to survive a night of Howl-O-Scream. We're definitely going to do that.
Yes, indeed.
So now we can talk about the houses because Howl-O-Scream Orlando's full house lineup is announced. And we have the Widow's Nest, the Collector's Curse, Farm 51, and Water's Edge Wellness Center in the Rave Yard. These are, what is that, five houses this
Yep.
year going down at Howl-O-Scream. So, Widow's Nest, I think you and I kind of talked about on the last episode, and it is very much so an arachnophobia, type of house. A house, overrun by spiders and things like that, man. And
Pretty much.
when we went through Widows at Not Scary Farm last year, which I still stand on, I feel like this is where SeaWorld got their inspiration
Hmm.
for this house. That house was badass, man. It was actually like one of my favorites at the event.
Listen, that facade was unbelievable,
That
bro.
facade was crazy. Yeah, it went
Yeah.
off. It was dope. It was definitely dope. I'm excited about this house. You got any predictions or anything, Craig, about Widow's Nest?
I think, like, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said about um widows from Knots last year. I think they took I think Hollow Scream took good inspiration from that, and so I honestly think it's gonna be more in the same of that, if not, little tweaks and changes so that it won't be exactly like it. But who knows what is gonna maybe it's gonna take place in the widow's nest, like an actual nest instead of a house. So,
Yeah.
we're gonna see.
Right. We'll just see. That's what we're doing right now. These are just straight predictions for Howl-O-Scream, for the houses, everything. The next one we have is the rave yard, and we did not talk about, I don't think, any of the other houses that were announced. So I'm gonna read the description and we'll chop it up about it. The rave yard. Buried deep in the shadows of a forgotten cemetery, a sinister underground rave pulses with life, or rather, unlife, as bass reverberates through crumbling tombstones and mausoleums glow with neon light. The dead rise with one purpose: to party forever. The music never stops, the dead never rest, and if you're not careful, you'll be dancing with the damned.
See, now I had a feeling that the rave part was like, there's no way they're gonna tell a story with like a rave party thing, but here we are. So it's interesting. It's very interesting.
This is interesting. This is interesting.
Um,
I'm
hey, the rave yard, hey, like part like a underground, like a part rave in the underworld. Hey, who knows?
I think this house is not going to be about being scary. I think this house is going to be a party. I think
Yeah,
this is, but I'm excited. I think this will be dope, man. I don't see any
I'm
concerns or anything.
I'm feeling a little Vamp 69 action. You think you're picking up what I'm putting down? You see what I'm saying?
Dude, I was trying not to say it, but I'm sorry. It's giving me vamp vibes.
It's giving me Vamp 69. I'm telling
It
you, but
is.
see
And at that point,
now the wheels are turning. They turning
yeah,
now. So
they figure it,
I'm ex-
it's checkmate moves.
you know it's
It's checkmate
literally
moves.
I'm excited for this, man.
All right. Well, the next one that we have here is the Collector's Curse. If I'm not wrong, I want to say Collector's Curse was the first house that was announced this year from Howl-O-Scream,
I think so.
and the description behind the Collector's Curse is to step inside a lavish estate turned house of horrors, where a mysterious host known as the Collector lures guests with rare relics and ancient artifacts. But this estate sale hides a sinister secret, one that pulls you deep into a twisted underworld of cursed creations and monstrous mutations. Once
Mm.
again,
They bringing me in. They
they
bringing
bringing
me in.
me in, bro.
They bringing me in with all this description. It's
We
sounding great,
we
man.
are 3 for 3 right now. We
We
three for
three for
three right
three,
now.
definitely.
I this is pretty self-explanatory, man. You're being lured in, and you gotta learn how to say no. And if we go in this house, we trap, and we're gonna be cursed by the collector. It
Hey,
is what it is.
pretty self-explanatory to me, for real, for real. So
Hey, we are right now on these descriptions. Hollow Scream, y'all. We 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
All right, now this one is one that Craig, you and I both said we were pretty excited for, and that is Farm 51. Now, I do
Mm-hmm.
want to preface this house, according to SeaWorld, this house is returning. This is a fan
Uh-huh.
favorite, and it has happened before. So Farm 51 is the returner house this year. I think that's going to be, how we have like the comedy house at HHN, the detailed house. I think with Howl-O-Scream we're going to have, all right, this house is returning. So this says Farm 51. It was supposed to just be another empty field. Stumble upon a crumbling farmhouse deep in the backwoods. The silence feels wrong. The corn sways without wind. The static in the air crawls up your spine, and then you hear them. Something has crash landed, something not of this world, and it's not here to make peace. Step back inside Farm 51. a haunted house infested with the terrifying aftermath of an extraterrestrial encounter. Are you brave enough to investigate, or will you become the next experiment?
I had a feeling it had something to do with aliens because in a farm field, because farm and then 51, Area 51,
Hmm.
aliens.
And
Let's
where
get it
else?
rolling.
Yeah, and where else are they gonna land the ship?
Exactly.
They gotta land it out in the field.
I just I just know for some reason I'm gonna see a big ass alien symbol somewhere,
Ooh.
bro. Oh, just put a whole cornfield in here and put that
You
bitch
like,
right there.
show me the mothership,
The
dude.
mothership gonna be glowing right
Man,
up
I'm
in there.
saying, I'm saying, I would like to say that I would feel that we're 4 for 4.
Uh-huh.
Um, and this one is a returner, so I'm excited to see, is this house going to be more of an outdoor maze type of setting? If they're really trying to push that backwoods feel, are we going inside? You know what I'm saying? This could be more of like a outdoor indoor kind of house.
The
This might be
possibility,
interesting.
the possibilities are there, man. They there.
Yeah, this could definitely be interesting. Which I love all the extraterrestrial stuff, aliens and like all that kind of stuff, man. So I think that this will probably be really cool.
Yeah.
Now we have made it to our last house for Howl-O-Scream this year. This is Waters Edge Wellness Center, and the description reads: nestled at the edge of the misty, forbidding Central Lake, the Waters Edge Wellness Center once promised serenity and rejuvenation. Today, it stands as a chilling reminder of a past shrouded in mystery and dark secrets. Prepare yourself for an unforgettable journey into the macabre, where the line between the living and the dead is blurred, and the horrors that pass come to life. Will you escape the unscathed, or will you become another lost soul within the haunted halls of the Water's Edge Wellness Center? So this is a nursery that is cursed.
Yeah. That's
That's
what it
kind of
sounds
what I'm
like.
getting from this.
Oh, old person, um like a old person home
Either,
being
either, yeah, either an old, like an elderly living home that has gone wrong, or like a retreat, like a spa parlor that has gone wrong, because they definitely said
right.
serenity and rejuvenation. So that could kind of go either way.
Yeah, it could. But either way, hey, we 5 for 5 with it
Yeah,
because this because that's interesting house. So
I'm
hey,
5 for 5, and just to go back to what we said, these are all original concepts.
yep.
Every last one
Again,
of these,
original concepts to just think up of, man.
right? And so I think that this will be cool. I mean, these houses seem really good. It seems like they really have that storyline there. Their descriptions are incredible, honestly, about all of these properties. So the last thing we can kind of talk about here for tonight with Howl-O-Scream is that they have announced 5 scare zones, and they are Echoes in the Glass, Ashes of the Forgotten, Woodrot Hollow, Blood Light District, and Cannibal Harbor. And there is probably an additional zone to be announced before the event starts, because on the website there's a space there that says all new coming soon. So all that to say, man, Howl-O-Scream's really coming with it. Guys, I would read all these descriptions of these zones, but the descriptions are just a little lengthy. So make sure y'all go check out the descriptions of the zones. We did the houses,
Yeah,
but not the zones. But
I mean the
how
zones from what they look like and what they sound like they promising.
sound promising. SeaWorld is a pretty big park too, so it allows for them to be able to get 6 scare zones off in one park. You know, it's a pretty massive park, so I think that these scare zones spread out right and definitely playing into the different houses that they have would be great. SeaWorld also announced the bars that they have,
Mhm.
and I think those bars are kind of geared toward the houses. Let me see, because that was all listed here a second ago. Yep. So one bar is called Tormented, one is called Space Gate 3, and then one is called Carnival Curiosities, and then there are two more bars that have yet to be announced.
That
So,
Carnival Curiosities,
would you like the description on that one?
I would love that description.
The description reads, and also just listed here, the first three bars that I just mentioned off the site are all returning favorites. So Howl-O-Scream is following a trend here that they are really listening to their fans and really building up tradition,
Yep.
trying to really pop this event over the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes sense. But the description to Carnival Curiosities is step right up to a world of wonder and evil. Don't be fooled by the unknowing wanderers who make their way to this specialty bar. The carnival magic is contagious. Don't let it infect you.
Mm.
So the theme is going to be there. Bar at a carnival, bar with not the nicest clowns. That's kind of what we're looking at.
It sounds like a very um trying to think of the word, like a very interactive, intimate bar setting to where there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of interaction with the scare actors. So
Yeah,
I'm with that.
right. Very
It
interactive.
reminds me of how you interact with characters at Epic Universe. So I'm with that.
Well, that kind of concludes what we had to talk about. Craig, you got any other theme park news or anything you want to hop into? I mean, the events are just about a month away. It's
We
we're here.
listen. We are 26 days away from Orlando.
Yes.
From the first the we're 26 days away from the first leg of the HHN Orlando um trip. So
Yeah.
we're
We'll be
we're
down there quite
we're
a bit
we're
this fall.
we're almost there. Like it's so crazy how far we was literally months ago talking about how far away it was, and now here we are. We're a few days away, man. It's so
Yep.
crazy. Let
N-
alone 4 weeks.
And after, now that we have the whole house, like we have everything. Everything is pretty much announced now.
Now we wait.
What's Give me two things, just two that you're looking forward to the most out of all this stuff.
So um so the two houses that I'm looking forward to the most are, of course, the horrors of the Wyatt Six. Cause come on,
Yeah, right.
Big WWE fan, big fan of the Wyatt Six, Bray Wyatt. And that merch been selling out.
The merch
Merch
looks
been
good.
selling out, and the
The
merch looks
merch looks
fire, of
good.
course. And the other house that I'm looking forward to the most is Terrifier. Cause I mean, come on, man, come
Yeah,
on.
no, I totally
Terrifier,
get it.
and it's like a tie between that and Jason Universe as well, because
Yeah,
Big Jason coming back, but in a whole new version of him. But it's gonna be the classic kills that we all know.
right.
And the original, I'm excited for all the originals, but the originals that I'm most excited for is El Artista, and I have to say, uh, I have to I have to say Grave of Flesh.
Mm.
I'm very excited for those.
Definitely.
Hollywood, I'll say, Monstro Stress. Come on. Come on. Come on. And then I
You
have to
already know
say,
what house I'm going through more than
you
once.
know, and then I have to say Poltergeist. Because
Yeah.
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 But only because those are Hollywood exclusive, not bi-coastals.
Right.
So if I was going IPs, I would say the ones I previously mentioned, but originals by coast, but originals and Hollywood exclusive, I just named them. So, um, yeah, I'm man, we're almost there,
Yeah.
and they better bring back those fish and chips because I am going to tear them things up. I love them fish and chips.
Dude, y'all
There is
killed
no
me.
there is no possible way that you don't bring back fish and chips because it was the most selling product and it was so good. But
Yes.
um, what's your hype list, man? What's your hype list?
Bro, it's hard, man.
It is.
Starting off in Orlando, LRT still number one.
Oh yeah.
I think from the time they announced that, just
From the time that they was at what was that
Spooky Empire.
from the time they was at Spooky Empire and they announced it, and then they had the preview with the whole scare actor and the ambiance and all. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah, I
take
was
my
like,
money
oh,
now,
I
take
I need to go to
it.
that house. Hands down, I need to go to that
Hey,
house.
honestly, that's gonna be the first original that we hit
Yeah,
because that
got to.
original, I think that original is gonna have the longest line. I'm calling it now.
It might that or Gawkin, Monsters of the North might.
Matter of fact, speaking of Gawkin, Scratch Graven Flesh, I'm excited for Gawkin. I'm excited for Gawkin because hey, that's giving
Dude,
Dead Man's pure vibes. I can
it
already
is. It
tell.
is. I would say, yeah, LRT, and then probably Monsters of the North myself, honestly.
Yeah,
Um Grave of Flesh is definitely up there. Dolls is up there. Honestly, all the originals are up there. Jason Universe as well, because I just want that nostalgic, just like straight haunted house, like
right.
backwoods horror feel. So I'm definitely excited about that. In terms of Hollywood, um,
Oh,
Poltergeist.
I forgot about Scarecrow. I forgot all about Scarecrow.
You just answered my question for me. Because Scarecrow, hands down, I'm excited for that. I'm definitely
Yeah.
excited for that. So it'll be Poltergeist and Scarecrow out there.
Music by
Some
Slash.
honorable, right, and an honorable mention. Not even an honorable mention, but something I'm just genuinely excited for is Nightmare Fuel. I
Yeah.
just I enjoy going to that show every year and checking it. Decided to see.
And from what I'm hearing, it's a banger.
Right. And we've seen videos of the lights testing.
Yep, we've seen it.
Just saying.
The Fuel Girls are excited.
They're
So
here.
they are here. They are excited. Yeah, it's
So
go time.
that
And I'm excited for Purge Dangerous Waters too in Hollywood.
and that was just reannounced, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes. So Purge Dangerous Waters. Dang, we should have talked about that tonight. But that's just a badass show out there, Hollywood. It is their they don't have Nightmare Fuel, but it is their spectacle show. I've seen it once before and it is amazing. If you're ever in Hollywood, make sure you take some time out of your schedule that night to check that out.
Yep.
Really dope. Well, man, on our next episode, bro, we're gonna have to take it out to California again and really dive into Not Scary Farm and kind
Oh
of talk
yeah,
about that because that event deserves some love and
it
we need to
does.
talk about it. We do need to talk about it.
That poison.
Howl-O-Scream tickets are on sale.
Yes, they are.
Howl-O-Scream, HHN, Not Scary Farm, Fright Fest, shit, whatever you want to go to. It is all on sale. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Go get them now.
Get them tickets, book them flights, get the B&B hotels,
Yes.
get out there, y'all. For
And
real.
we will be at Howl-O-Scream September 19th and HHN Orlando September 20th. If any of you all are in the area and y'all want to hang out, shoot us a message. Y'all can join our group, hang out
We
with us,
will
man. It's gonna be a good time.
we will also be there the first official opening weekend, September 4th through the 6th. And then we will be in Hollywood October 2nd to the 5th.
Yes. First
So,
weekend of October, we will be in
yep.
LA. In
So,
LA.
hey, come chop it up with us. Come see us. Come hang out with us. Come have a drink. Come get
Yep.
scared with us, man.
Come get a blinky cup, have a drink with us, hit some houses with us. The more the merrier, man. We're
The
trying to
more
make
the
this a
merrier.
family, bro.
For
We want
real,
everybody
man.
to join us. So make sure y'all follow us, man. Keep following. Tell a friend. Tell anybody that's in the Horror Nights, and if they just want another podcast to add to their Horror Night podcast arsenal, we're here. We exist. We know we the new kids on the block, but come rock out with us. Y'all see, we just vibe when we come on here and record. So,
Hop on the train, man. The train
yep,
stopping. Let's go.
yep. And catch us in Orlando all fall. Catch us in LA first weekend of October. Craig, you got anything else?
We will also be in Orlando later this year in November and December. We will be there December for Orlando Informer, and
Yep.
we will be there in November for IAPA.
Yes.
So
Yes.
IAPA
Checking out
weekend.
IAPA weekend. So definitely come rock with us, man. We'll definitely be in and out of the parks or at Cabana Bay. We'll talk about that.
That deserves a whole episode in of
Oh
itself.
my God.
So listen, the Bayliner Diner. Oh my God. that's
Man,
all.
that's all we gotta say. Bayline or
That's
not.
it. That's all. That's it.
Man, this is a good episode, bro.
Oh
This is
yeah.
this is definitely good. Man, thank you guys. Stay tapped in with us and we'll be back for another one real soon. And just know the recap episodes are on the way. We just gotta get down there and go to the event. So
Yes,
we
indeed.
appreciate y'all. My name is Nick.
I'm Craig, y'all.
And we'll see y'all soon. Another episode of Dead Man's Mic in the bag.
Peace.